Now, one of the most common questions we get from individuals as they are exploring the chapter president opportunity is they want to understand what a monthly roundtable meeting looks like. And so I'm going to take just a couple of minutes and walk you through what the monthly meeting entails. First of all, you don't have to worry about ever running out of content with Truth at Work. We have over 10 years of content and curriculum that we've developed, so you're never going to worry about running out of what you're going to talk about in any given month. In fact, there are several years worth of materials available on the Truth at Work online content portal. So let's put that issue to rest. You're never going to have to worry about coming up with content for the monthly meeting. So what's going to happen is your members will get their monthly books through their online content portal. And the meeting's about a 4-hour monthly meeting, and here's what happens. Each month they'll receive their materials that they're going to go study and kind of do their homework. Now, on average, there's about an hour of homework a month, and it's on all sorts of topics: marketing, finance, credit, collection, human resource issues, dealing with difficult employees. The one that I'm holding in my hand right now is entitled "In Business and in Life, How Much is Enough?" So there's a wide variety of topics that we cover. So what happens is they'll get their materials and they'll go study them, and as I said, it takes about an hour of homework a month. So then they'll come back to the monthly meeting at the table. We'll discuss that month's materials for roughly an hour or so. Really talk about its application and how God might have us apply that material in our life and in our business. So that's kind of part one of the monthly meeting. Part two is what we call the open roundtable discussion time. And that's where every month our members have an opportunity to present real issues to the group. And this is where they are like the board of advisors or board of directors to one another. So it could be business issues, it could be personal issues, could be spiritual issues. But every month the members will have an opportunity to share their problems or their opportunities with the group. We take 1 hour and we address 2 issues within the context of that hour. And so we decide which are the 2 most critical issues amongst the group to discuss. And it is a very powerful time that we get to real solutions to real problems. So that's kind of part 2 of what the monthly meeting looks like. Part 3 is what we call a featured member presentation. Now every year, once a year, every member will be the feature of that group for an hour. And there's a document that you'll learn more about later that member would fill out, and they would email to their group members 1 week in advance of their meeting. And in that document, they would fill out a personal update section, a personal and spiritual update section, which talks about things that are going on in their home, in their marriage, if that's the case, with their children and so forth. They'll address questions like what scriptures they've been reading and how has God's Word been speaking to them, along with what their personal goals are for the year. So there's a personal and spiritual update section. Then there's a business update section where we learn what's going on in their industry. Are things trending up? Are things trending down? Are they pretty well flatlined? So we'll get a snapshot of what's going on in that person's industry as well as in their individual business. So that's the second part of their presentation. Then the third part of their presentation is just a time for them to present to the group that big problem, challenge, or opportunity that's keeping them up at night. And so they'll state what that problem is. We'll ask them to kind of explain what options they have in addressing the problem. What options are they weighing? And then thirdly, what scriptures have they researched to help guide their thinking in addressing that problem? So you can imagine the power for an entire hour once a year where that group is going to dive deep into the life and business of that particular member. It's an amazingly powerful experience. So that's the third part of each monthly meeting. And then finally, the last part of the meeting is what we call goal setting and accountability. And that's where every month members will set a personal goal and a business goal. They'll share with the group what it is that they're going to commit to completing prior to the next month's meeting. Then we'll come back and we'll go around the table and have each person share whether or not they were successful with their goals for the month. Now, one of the fun things that we do is we put a dollar amount to those goals. And so if they fail to complete what they said they would do, there's a penalty or a fine that's assessed with that goal. It may be $25, it may be several $100s. It just depends on how important that goal is to the member. And so that's a summary of the 4 sections of a monthly meeting. The content that Truth at Work develops, which they would discuss around the table. The open roundtable discussion time where everybody has a chance to present their issues every month to the group and get real business value. Once a year to be the featured member, for the featured member presentation, and then every month the goal setting and accountability. So that's a quick overview of what a typical monthly meeting looks like. And we'll be happy to share more with you as we talk, as you explore the chapter president opportunity.